What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back at again with your weekly Rust skins videos, and it looks like we have another complete the sets week. So this is what the top sellers are looking like with the Tempered M2 in number 1 for the top sellers. We've got Atomic Garage Door at number 2 and then Airlock Door for number 3. So just so you guys could have a quick look at that, let's have a look at what we've actually got. So everything is continuing with the Arctic Camo net door, so the net set basically. The Atomic Garage Doors, the Atomic set, the Cold Hunter set, the Glister set, the Reinforced set, the Retro set, which is new, and the Tempered set. So the only actually new thing that doesn't have a set yet, at least from my memory and understanding, is the Airlock Door. So we will talk about that one in a little bit, but let's get started with the weapons, and we'll look at the Cold Hunter double barrel going for $3.60. Very surprised there's no armor or clothing this week, but it do be how it do be. So $3.60 for this, and we haven't had a Cold Hunter skin in a long time. And the Cold Hunter skins have been a successful set. This is starting at a higher price than usual though, at $3.60. So that does make it a little bit harder to actually make money off of this one. So I'd recommend getting this off the community market with the buy order to maximize potential profits. But if you buy it off the Rust store as a play skin, then I really don't think you're going to be losing money, because usually the Cold Hunter stuff does go up during Christmas time. So I do think you could pick it up and then sell it around Christmas to February, and within that space you could probably make some money off of it. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Cold Hunter double barrel off the Rust store, just because I don't really think you're going to make a crazy amount of money. But picking it up off the community market with a buy order is what I would recommend to do with that one. Moving over to the Glister Crossbow. Now, we haven't had a Glister skin for a while. Honestly, I don't remember what the last one was. Maybe like MP5 or AK. One of the two. Overall, though, the Glister set hasn't been very successful, and people haven't seemed to fall in love with it. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Glister Crossy, going for $2.90. It's not bad that it's starting off at $2.90, but that's pretty much the only good thing about it. People just don't seem to like the Glister set, and they have not performed well on the community market. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Glister Crossy off of the Rust store for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the Retro Blast MP5, going for $2.90. Not a bad starting price for this bad boy. And the only other retro skin, in fact, we've had two retro skins. So we've had the AK, the Retro Blast AK, and the Retro Blast Thompson. So the AK didn't perform very well. It's got 75 quantity on the community market, starting at $1.53. And then we have the Thompson with a quantity of 27, starting at $3.03. So at the moment, I do think the Thompson is better than the MP5. And I do think that the quantity for the Thompson is going to be lower on the community market than what the MP5 will be. So as I just said, the Thompson has 27 quantity on the community market. I think the Retro Blast MP5 will probably sit around 60 quantity on the community market. And going for $2.90, I do think you're going to be able to pick it up with the buy order for cheaper on the community market within the first few weeks at least. So I will recommend trying to pick it up off the community market if you want to buy it with a buy order instead of picking it up off the Rust store for this week. Overall, not because of its starting price is actually fine, $2.90, but just because the set hasn't been that popular so far. So not going to recommend investing in that one off the Rust store for this week. Right, and moving over to the final weapon of the week, we've got the Tempered M249. And now the Tempered has been a very successful set, which is why Face Punch have decided to get greedy and make its starting price $5.80. So that is definitely not a good thing for the Tempered M249 as an investment. So overall, I don't think we're going to have another M2 skin in quite a while, but I wouldn't be surprised if next Twitch drops, we would have a M249 skin. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Tempered M2 off of the Rust store. I just think it's way too expensive, starting at $5.80. And even though I really do think it's a nice looking skin and it's pretty skits, I just don't think it's going to go above that $5.80 anytime soon. So if you want to pick this one up, I'd recommend picking up with the buy order off the community market. As a long-term investment though, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I do think it actually will go up in value simply because M249 skins don't come out that often. and so people want to pick up the cooler looking one. In this case, I do think the Tempered M249 will be one of the coolest looking M249 skins available on the community market. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Rustled store, but picking it up off the community market with a buy order for cheaper than $5.80, that is something I would recommend to do. Alrighty, moving over to the deployables. And now we'll start off with the Arctic Camo Net Door is what we'll start off with. So we've had the Camouflage Net Door already. We've had the green biome one, the grass biome one. And this is going to be just like the Camouflage Net rugs. So we had the Arctic one, we had the desert one, and we had the standard Camouflage one, the green one. So overall, I think this is going to be exactly the same with the doors. We've already had the green door, the standard Camouflage door. We've now got the Arctic Camouflage door, and the final one will be the desert Camouflage Net Door, in my opinion. So overall, I do think that will increase demand a little bit for people wanting to complete the set overall and have the whole collection. But it doesn't glow. It's not really a meta skin like any glowing deployable at the moment, or deployable with a cutout. But I do think it is unique and unique enough to actually make money in the long run. Overall, though, the Camouflage Net Door is going for $2.24, and this Arctic Camouflage Net Door is going for $2.90 in the Rustled store. So I'd recommend picking this one up off the community market with a buy order instead of picking it up off the Rustled store, and that will definitely maximize your potential profits for that one. Overall, I do think it's going to perform pretty similar to the Camouflage Net Door. But the Camouflage Net Door does have 117 quantity on the community market. I do think the Arctic Camouflage Net Door is going to have a lower quantity, but overall it is definitely more of a role player's door skin, so keep that in mind as well. And role players would probably tend to base more in the easier grass biome rather than the Arctic biome, so keep that in mind. Alright, moving over to the Airlock Door, going for $3.60. So this one is above standard store price, but is pretty much standard store price for glowing deployables, usually $3.45. This one is $3.60. And overall, it's actually a pretty cool looking skin. But do I think it's really going to have a very crazy demand for it to go up in value? I do think it's a bit of a coin flip at this stage. We have so many glowing deployables already. This is a nice looking door skin. But I do think for $3.60, you could probably pick this one up for cheaper on the community market with the buy order, and then later down the line it would go up, especially if this is the start of the new set, the Airlock Door. If the Airlock does become the Airlock Double Door, the Airlock Armored Door, the Airlock Wooden Door, etc., the Airlock Garage Door, you get the picture. I do think that this can make you money, especially if it is the first of the sets. But $3.60, I'd recommend getting this one off the community market just to maximize your potential profits again. So moving over to the final door, we have the Atomic Garage Door, continuation of the Atomic set, and also the first deployable for the Atomic set. So we've only had the Atomic AR, LR, and SAR, and overall none of them are performing very well. SAR is okay, but overall it hasn't been very popular. I do think the Atomic set will be a lot more popular on deployables, especially with the glow that it has. $3.60. I don't think it's too bad, but at the moment it's just like every single skin these days is a glowing deployable, so it really isn't a unique thing anymore. Although the big cool scary skull I do think will be a more standout skin, and I do think that overall the Atomic Garage Door can make you money. But I'd also recommend picking this one up with a buy order off of the community market, because just keep in mind, we also have Halloween coming up pretty soon, and we'll probably get skins themed similar to this as well. So try and get this one off the community market with a buy order instead of picking it up off the Rustled store for this week. And last but not least, we have the reinforced large wooden box. So overall, really nice looking skin, and a continuation of the reinforced set. So I'm actually surprised it's only going for $2.90, seeing though it's a glowing deployable. The reinforced armor door is currently going for $1.98, so that didn't perform very well with 76 quantity on the community market. Overall, I do think that one will go up in the future just because it is a military themed skin and also a glowing deployable. And then we have the reinforced garage door going for $3.22 with a quantity of 58. So overall, they don't have a very high demand, but as long-term investments, I do think they can make you money. So with that track record, I don't think the reinforced large wooden box is going to make you a crazy amount of money buying it off the Rust store, but I do think you can make money off of it. I'd recommend picking this one up as well off of the community market with the buy order, but overall picking this up off of the Rust store, I don't really think you're going to lose money from. So I don't think it's going to be too risky to pick this one up off the Rust store, but maximizing potential profits, I'd recommend trying to get it for a little bit cheaper on the community market. And overall, that is it for the skins this week. I actually don't think I even recommended investing in anything off the Rust store, did I? I don't know. Anyway, it is a complete the sets week, so just keep that in mind. That doesn't necessarily mean that the skins coming out in the Rust item store are good for investing in, but it does mean that usually they increase the prices of the previous skins of that set. So make sure you guys check them out on the community market. If they're spiked, I'd recommend selling them now if you're not happy to wait Christmas time to February to sell those skins. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.
Why?